Crescent Moon, the Eternal Journey of Slumber, The King and the Silent Valley. Chapter 1, The Golden Twilight. Once in a land tucked away behind the Whispering Mountains, there lived a king named Alaric. He was not a king of wars or gold. He was the king of slumber. His kingdom, the Silent Valley, was the most peaceful place on earth. In this valley, the grass felt like velvet, and the air smelled of blooming lavender and ancient pine. As the sun began its slow descent, painting the sky in shades of soft amber and dusty violet, King Alaric would walk to his balcony. He wore a robe woven from the finest moonlight and held a staff made of polished silver birch. With a gentle wave of his hand, he would signal the birds to stop their chirping and the brooks to soften their babbling. "It is time," he would whisper, and his voice was like the rustle of dry leaves in a gentle breeze. Chapter 2, The Dream Weaver's Garden. The king had a secret garden where he grew dream lilies. These flowers didn't bloom in the sun. Instead, they opened their petals under the silver glow of the moon. Each petal held a peaceful thought, a memory of a warm hug, the sound of a distant lullaby, or the feeling of cool water on a summer day. As you walk with the king through this garden, you feel your shoulders relax. The weight of the day starts to melt away. Every step you take on the soft moss feels lighter than the last. You see a fox sleeping under a glowing bush, its tail tucked neatly under its nose. An owl sits on a branch above, its eyes closed, swaying slowly to the rhythm of the wind. Chapter 3, The Chamber of Eternal Rest. King Alaric leads you to a magnificent palace made of starlight and shadows. Inside, there is a room prepared just for you. The bed is piled high with clouds, covered in silk sheets that feel cool against your skin. The window is open just enough to let in the scent of the night jasmine. The king sits by the edge of the hearth, where a fire of cedar wood glows softly, not hot, just perfectly warm. He begins to tell the oldest story in the world, a story without an end, a story that flows like a river into the sea of dreams. Chapter 4, The Whispering Brook of Echoes. As you walk deeper into the woods, the sounds of the modern world disappear completely. There is no rush here. The trees, tall and majestic, stand like silent guardians of the night. To your left, a small brook winds its way through the mossy rocks. The water is so clear it looks like liquid silver under the moonlight. The sound of the water is a gentle hush. It ripples over pebbles that have been polished for 1,000 years. Each ripple takes a worry away from your mind. One ripple for a deadline, another for a doubt, and a third for a lingering thought. Chapter 5, The Library of Forgotten Stories. The doors of the palace swing open without a sound, revealing the Library of Forgotten Stories. Here, the shelves are carved directly into the mountain's crystal, stretching so high that the tops are lost in a soft, glowing haze. The books glow with different colors. A soft green book might contain the story of a forest's first rain. You walk to a large, velvet armchair in the center of the room. As you sit, the chair seems to mold itself to your body, supporting your back, your neck, and your heavy arms. The air is thick with the comforting smell of old parchment, dried rose petals, and vanilla. Chapter 6, The Garden of Crystal Chimes. In this garden, the flowers are made of delicate, transparent glass, and the trees have leaves of thin silver. When the night wind blows, it plays music. The glass petals clink together with the sound of 1,000 tiny bells, creating a melody so pure it vibrates in your very chest. You find a path made of crushed quartz that sparkles like diamonds under your feet. Along the path, there are small ponds filled with lunar lilies, flowers that only glow when a person is truly relaxed. As you walk past them one by one, they light up in a soft, pulsing rhythm. Chapter 7, The Chamber of Silk Shadows. The king of slumber now leads you to the chamber of silk shadows. The walls are draped in heavy, midnight blue silk that dampens all sound. The only light comes from a fireplace that burns with a magical, cool flame. In the center of the room is a bed that looks like it was woven from the clouds. The blankets are made of dream wool, a material so light you can barely feel it. You lie down. The pillow is filled with the down of mythical birds, adjusting perfectly to the shape of your head. Chapter 8, The River of Liquid Stars. This river flows not with water, but with the very essence of light and dreams. The river moves slowly like thick honey. The sound is a deep, resonant hum, a low frequency that vibrates through the soles of your feet and up into your heart. It feels as though the universe itself is breathing. You dip your hand into the river, and instead of feeling wet, you feel a wave of pure warmth and tingles, like a gentle electric pulse of relaxation. Chapter 9. The Hall of Infinite Echoes. The walls are made of translucent marble. The king strikes a giant crystal gong, producing a sound so deep and low that you feel it more than you hear it. The sound waves move through the air like ripples in a pond. The first wave takes the tension from your face. The second wave relaxes your neck. The third wave moves down your spine. You feel as though you are melting into the floor, which is as soft as a giant sponge. Chapter 10. The Forest of Dreaming Willows. The trees here are vast and ancient. The ground is covered in a thick layer of sleep moss. It feels like walking on a giant, warm marshmallow. The forest is filled with glow butterflies, slow-moving creatures that emit a soft, pulsing blue light. They flutter around you in slow motion, their wings making a sound like the faintest whisper of a flute. Chapter 11. The Journey to the Core of Silence. You enter the core of silence. Here there is no sound at all. In this silence you find a hidden strength. In the center of this silent chamber is a throne made of soft, dark velvet. As you sit, the king places a crown of woven moonlight upon your head. You are the master of your own rest, he whispers. Chapter 12. The Bridge of Whispering Stars. The stars here whisper feelings. One star sends you a feeling of absolute safety. Another sends you the feeling of being deeply loved. You stop in the middle of the bridge and look out into the infinite expanse. You are a tiny point of consciousness in a vast, beautiful universe, and in this moment, everything is exactly as it should be. Chapter 13. The Valley of Infinite Echoes. In this valley, all the noises of your day are transformed. The sound of a ringing phone becomes the chime of a distant bell. The sound of an argument becomes the low lowing of a cow in a far-off field. You find a cave at the base of one of the pillars. Inside, the walls are covered in memory moss, a plant that absorbs sound. Chapter 14. The Clockmaker of Dreams. An old man with hair like spun silver makes clocks that tell the rhythm of your breath. They all tick in unison, a slow, steady tick, tock, tick, tock, that matches a resting heart rate. The clockmaker hands you a small, golden pocket watch. Inside, you see a tiny, swirling nebula. This watch shows you that there is only this breath and the next. Chapter 15. The Sea of Midnight Silk. A small boat made of sandalwood is waiting for you. It has no oars, for it is moved by the power of your intentions. You lie down on a pile of silk cushions. The rocking of the boat is the most relaxing sensation you have ever felt. It is like being cradled in a giant's hand. Chapter 16. The Final Gateway. The boat enters a gateway made of soft, white light. The king of slumber stands on the shore, waving a slow farewell. Sleep now. The world is safe. You are safe. You are no longer a body. You are just a peaceful thought, drifting in an infinite sea of tranquility. Chapter 17. The City of Hanging Lanterns. This city floats among the branches of 1,000 ancient banyan trees. Millions of paper lanterns glow with a soft, warm amber light. You find a small tea house and take a sip of chamomile tea. The warmth spreads to your toes, loosening every remaining knot of tension. Chapter 18. The Meadow of Swaying Tall Grass. The grass grows as high as your waist and is as soft as the finest silk. You lie down, and a group of night fairies dance above you. Their movements create trails of stardust that feel like tiny, warm kisses. Chapter 19. The Gallery of Silent Memories. The walls are covered in moving paintings of your happiest, quietest moments. One painting shows the sun through the leaves. Another shows heavy rain against a window pane. You feel a profound sense of gratitude, wrapping around you like a heavy, warm blanket. Chapter 20. The Observatory of the Inner Star. At the top of an obsidian tower, you look through a telescope and see a single brilliant star. That, the king whispers, is your own soul. It is always calm. The observatory rotates slowly, like a giant cosmic cradle. Chapter 21. The Final Descent into Stillness. You step through a door made of solid, protective shadow. You are floating in a void of pure, dark velvet. Inhale peace. Exhale release. Inhale sleep. Exhale deep. Chapter 22. The Cavern of Glowing Crystals. Giant amethysts and emeralds pulse with the heartbeat of the earth. You walk on warm, salt floors. The blue crystals hum a deep bass that grounds you. You pour a drop of crystal essence into a pool, and your thoughts lay straight and smooth. Chapter 23. The Island of Soft Rain. Rain falls from the stars themselves. It is warm and rhythmic, pitter-patter, pitter-patter. You lie in a gazebo filled with oversized pillows. The smell of wet earth and crushed mint acts as a natural sedative for your soul. Chapter 24. The Bridge of Sighs and Whispers. A bridge of woven moonlight spans across a silver mist. Let go of the day, whispers the wind. Let go of the weight, sighs a willow tree. You feel yourself becoming weightless, as light as a breath of air. Chapter 25. The Cathedral of Ancient Trees. The oldest forest in existence. The roots go down to the center of the earth. You crawl into a hollow oak lined with soft firs. The tree's ancient energy wraps around you, slowing your mind to the pace of a growing forest. Chapter 26. The Sea of Infinite Stars. A beach of silver sand leads to a sea of liquid night sky. A giant swan made of white light takes you on its back. You fly through the fabric of the universe, past lavender gas clouds and diamond rings. You are a part of the grand symphony of silence.